We have a special one-on-one coming up here on Prime Morning. And Rosalind is on standby at the headquarters of the Accra Metropolitan Authority to bring you some more, regarding how the AMA is dealing with various issues when it comes to running the capital city. Well, she will be having a conversation with the head of public relations of the AMA. And so, Rosalind, you take it over from here.
And you're still watching Prime Morning. My name is Rosalind Felly. Today, we are not doing the usual where we are seated in the studio, but rather we are coming live from the AMA head office right here in the central of Accra. My name is Rosalind Felly, and today my guest is Florence Kuukyi. She says Kuukyi. Well, she is the director for public health at the AMA, and so anything with regards to public health, when you're looking for the person, she's seated next to me. Good morning, Florence.
Good morning, my dear.
How are you?
Fine, Grace.
You can use the microphone for me.
How are you too?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your humble
Sure,
abode.
you are welcome. We are in this together.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. Your hard work is paid, I must say.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good you are saying.
How tedious is your work?
In fact, to be an environmental health officer is not easy. We are the unsung heroes. We are the people who does a lot of work within our communities, and different people takes the praises. For instance, we are preventive officers. Our main goal is to prevent, protect, and then promote public health. We ensure that we put a barrier between any environmental variable that has a public health importance to humans and the environment.
And you say other people take the glory.
The glory.
How?
Yes, because we are preventive officers. If we are able to do our work well, if people are able to listen to the advice we give to them, cases that will be sent to the hospital for treatment will just be the non-communicable diseases. There will not be communicable diseases. For instance, typhoid fever, cholera, diarrhea, they are all preventable diseases. They are sanitation-related diseases. If you clean your environment, you will not run diarrhea. If you practice hygiene, you will not have cholera. If you drink clean water, you will not have any of these diseases. If you read your environment properly, you are not going to have mosquitoes breeding and then biting you to give you malaria to go to the hospital. So you see, we are the only people who meet our clients in their comfort zone, just as you've done this morning. You've met me in my comfort zone. We come to your comfort zone to give you the education. We come to your comfort zone to go with you within your own premises to inspect, to identify areas that are likely to be hazardous to your health within your own premises, and tell you how to eliminate those hazards so that you can live healthy. Yes.
And then you decided to do this.
Yes.
Did you always know as a young girl that you were going to do this?
Fine. So growing up as a young girl, in fact, I wanted to be a lawyer. Yes, but when I was in SHS2, I was just in the class one day, then a classmate mentioned that her father attended School of Hygiene. I didn't even know what School of Hygiene was. And I didn't know what work people who attend School of Hygiene does when they are out. And I said, no, School of Hygiene. It means they will practice hygiene and they will always be clean. Then instead of going to the law school, why don't I also go to School of Hygiene? I didn't even know where School of Hygiene was. Wow. So after secondary school, when you are out, the job is not there. Then though I passed in the house, financial activity, this thing was not that strong for me to continue to the university level. So I wanted to join the army. So I went for the army enlistment in Wa, in the Upper West region. So at the enlistment, I was told that my height was not up to. I said, really? But I seem I'm taller than some of you guys. So. Right. Then the man said, my dear, if you want to join the military as you are saying, why don't you go to School of Hygiene? The second time of hearing of School of Hygiene. Okay. So when you come out from School of Hygiene, you can join the hygiene wings. I said, wow. then it means I have to go to the School of Hygiene. But where to pass and go to School of Hygiene, I don't know. The route to pass and go to School of Hygiene, I say, Lord, I am in your hands. My father is a catechist, so a catechist daughter, I'm always in the house. And because my father is a catechist, reverend fathers are always plying in the house, in and out. So one day I was in the house when one reverend father by name Stephen Bing, he brought me 2 forms. I didn't even know. He brought me 2 forms. One was nursing training college form, and then one was School of Hygiene.
Wow.
You can't imagine.
So you were meant for it?
Sure, I was meant for it. So when the forms were brought, I had a friend and said, me, I don't want to be a nurse because of night shift. Sorry. So I think I'll go to School of Hygiene. So I gave the other form to my colleague and also took the School of Hygiene form, and I failed. Lo and behold, I was picked. From Upper West region, I have to come to Accra to do my interview. That was my first time of coming to Accra.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wait, so you were in Upper West your whole life?
Yes.
Until you wanted to come to School of Hygiene?
Yes.
And that's what brought you to Accra?
That was what brought me to Accra. So you see what destiny can lead you to. So I came for the interview in Accra. We wrote our exams, and I went back to Upper West region. Then, in some few months, my dad received a letter. And when he opens the letter, it was my admission letter. In fact, that day I couldn't sleep. I was so overwhelmed, and I didn't know what to do. Then that was what sent me to School of Hygiene in Tamale. In School of Hygiene, there are only 3 within the country. Okay. We have Tamale, we have Ho, and then we have the Accra School of Hygiene. So I went to Tamale to go and do a certificate course. Yes.
And at that time, you knew that was it for you. That was the path that you were going to tread on, and there was nothing going to take you away.
Sure.
Or maybe you felt, okay, let me just go to School of Hygiene, and with time, maybe I'll go into my law.
No.
So the law has left.
The law has left. Immediately I heard School of Hygiene, something just took the law away. That is what always made me know that God really wants me to be in this field. So when I'm working, I work all out. I work with passion. And I'm always happy when I change someone's life to do the best.
What do you love the most about your job?
What I love most about my job is the health promotion and the enforcement aspect. Because if you want to change life, you must first of all educate the person. You must first of all provide the accessibility of whatever you want the person to have. Then you enforce the law, because the Bible says that spare the rod and spoil the child.
Okay. Now, people are of the opinion that when you work in the government sector, you don't put in as much energy as you put in the private sector. But this is you telling us that you love what you do, and so you put your all. Is it yielding results, that all that you put in?
In fact, it is yielding a lot of results. And I am not blowing my own trumpet. So starting with a certificate, I didn't even know that I would one day go to the university. Then when I started work, I had the chance to go and do a first degree. I did the first degree. And I said, no, let me go and do another degree. I did the second degree. I did an MPhil. Because I am an environmental officer, I must understand one of my main tasks is to ensure vector and pest control of disease importance. So I have to go and do entomology. I did an MPhil in entomology so that I will best understand the biology and chemistry of these vectors. So that when I'm educating somebody or when I'm undertaking a disinfection or fumigation exercise, I know what I am going to do. I am not just doing it because but I know what I'm doing, because all insects does not behave the same way. We have the nocturnal insects and we have the chandra insects. So when you want to attack each vector, you know what time to attack and what chemical to use. So I have to go and do this course. And I went to do it I came back. So as you are saying, some people always think that when you are working in the government setting, you do it anyhow. I don't do it like that. I see it as my father's farm. How I will handle my father's property, that is how I handle what I am being given here. The little that I am being given, I make sure that I make use of it. If I am not getting others to add, I use innovational means to also add up. There are times, even when I'm in the field, people I'm taking action against will tell me, permit me to use this jargon. Oh yes, people tells me that. People tells me, but me, I am carrying it like my father's property. There was a time I went out from the office, then someone came to leave a number. The person needed a service to be provided to him. So when I came back and then the contact was given to me, I called. And when the man picked the call, he asked me, Madam, where did you have your training from? I said, oh, I had my training here. He said, no, you are the first person I have gone to a public facility to leave a contact and the person has called back to find out what is going on.
So it means what people say is not a lie?
Yes. Yes. So I love what I'm doing. There are a lot of chances I would have left this place. Look, entomologists, there are very few in Ghana. After my MPhil in entomology, I was a hot cake in even lucrative areas. But
like where?
Like the Cocoa Board, like the Ministry of Health, like the Agric, even in private facilities. But I said, no, there is something God wants me to do in this area. And this is where I will be. And I know God is going to help me to change it. Look,
could it be that it's a comfortable place for you?
It is not a comfortable place for me. It's just that I am doing the same thing others are doing in a different way. There are a lot of environmental health officers within Greater Accra. Why didn't you go to any of them and you are here? It's because I'm doing something different. It's because I'm doing something that is coming out. There used to be a program we do, the Joy Clean Ghana campaign. I used to think that people were not watching that program. I was here one day when somebody called me from the north and said, that program you are doing is yielding a lot of external resource at their place in food vending. In the office, that's one of my colleague environmental officers. She said, in the office of late, food vendors are rushing for screening. So when they ask them why, because initially they used not to, they say, hey, they've been watching what is happening in Accra, so they don't want that same thing to happen to them. So when you are doing something somewhere, you think nobody is watching, but people are watching. People are seeing what you are doing. You don't need to blow your own trumpet. Just do it. My philosophy is, when everybody is moving to the right, I mostly move to the left. Yes. So before you go to the right and come back to the left, whatever is at the left side, I've taken it and I've come to meet you on the way. Okay. That is me.
That's a good strategy.
Yes.
I mean, we are learning a lot. Now, I just want to find out from you, what's the most challenging part in your job?
The most challenging part in my job is when it's come to legal enforcement. When you want to take somebody to court, that is where the challenge lies. You know, people are so recalcitrant. And mostly, I say that people always want to hide behind our representative people to do bad. Because I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So they will go and do the wrong thing. And when you get them and you are reprimanding them to send them to court, then they will go and call someone. Then the person will come and call you. You know, this person is my this person is my that. You see, that is how it is. But you need to judge all. When the person tells you that, let the person understand what is happening. For instance, you have gone to connect your toilet water that is effluent through the public drain. And you know, this will have a high implication on our brothers who are having issues with their mental brain, because they fetch that water to drink. And you are connecting your effluent through the drain. When this person fetches the water and drink, and it leads to cholera, the person has no place to go. They will defecate all around. And it is going to be a very huge outbreak, which will cause lives. Not just causing life, it is also going to cause financial burden on the government, because treating cholera is free. So all these things, you look at the high risk. People who are growing vegetables along the line may fetch this water to irrigate the vegetable. Then you go get this vegetable and eat. You get food poison. Anybody who has ever gotten typhoid fever or cholera, it means you have eaten human excreta, either knowingly or unknowingly. So when you do that, it has a very high risk on public health. So such a person, when I get you, I have to bring you before the law court to come and explain why they should leave you. You understand?
And unfortunately, you have the authorities intervening.
So these are some of the things. So me, mostly when you call, in fact, I don't argue with you. I only explain things to you for you to understand. Because we don't just come and take you to court. Before an environmental officer will take you to court, it means you have been a recalcitrant. First of all, when we meet you, we give you what we call an abatement notice to abate whatever offense or nuisance that you are creating that is likely to have an implication on public health. Then we give you days, depending on the high public health risk of the offense or the nuisance. Then when we come back for re-inspection and you've not done, we also give you what we call a mandatory notice, now mandating you to do it. Then when we come back with them upon the mandatory and you've not done, then we will not say anything. We come back and apply for summons to take you to court. So we've taken you through all these things and you've not seen the need to go and talk to that representative of yours. Now that it has turned to a court summons, you have a representative. So sometimes when you explain like this to them, they understand. Then they will tell you, okay, you do what you are doing, but we will talk to our people that we have spoken to you. Yes.
Right. So what's the worst offense?
So every offense, a worst offense is an offense that have public health important.
So which one in particular? Maybe, there are some that you can say this is minimal.
Okay.
Which one is the worst?
The worst is what I've just told you. Channeling your effluent through the public drain, preparing food without undergoing medical health screening for fitness, disposing of refuse through the public drain that will lead to blockaging of the drain and then leading to flooding. And flooding can lead to cause of loss of properties and life. So some of these are most high offenses that we don't give chances to. Or leaving open defecation in the open. Practicing open defecation. Every house must have a toilet facility. The public toilet we see is not for people who are living in the community. The public toilet are for transients. So if you have your house and you do not have a toilet facility, what happens when in the night you are pressed?
But what about the places, the slums, those who live in the slums? We know that they don't have toilets.
So those living in the slums, they are different. That is why there are public toilets dotted around all the slums. Look, let me take you to Old Fadama. It's one of the urban slums in the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. They have not less than 100 public toilets within the enclave. Every 2, 3, 4, 5 meters you get one. You get a place that there's a washroom, they go to bath, that they use. And because of that, public toilets are environment or ecosystem for disease organism, where people can easily go pick diseases. For instance, opening the high-touch areas. So because I am a resolve-driven person and a very good collaborator with third parties, I have been able to meet with a third party who is interested in partnering us to ensure that we see to it that the public toilet within the Accra Metropolitan Assembly are of high standard. So we introduce what we call the star-rated public toilet facilities. So with the star-rated public toilet facilities, what we do is when we come, we first of all do the physical inspection of the facility to see how your fixtures are, to see how cleanliness is around the place. Then we do what we call swab test. Okay. Then when we do the swab test at the high touch area, then we score for the hygiene of the place. Then we either give you a green tag, a yellow tag, or a red tag. So when you get 3 star, you are getting a green tag. It means your place is hygienic and it is good for public use. Then if you have a yellow tag, it means, or an orange tag, it means there is more room for improvement. If your public toilet has a red tag, we close it down, ask you to work on the needed amenities that are supposed to be there, then we come for re-inspection before you open. If you don't do it, then we take you to court. It just didn't start like that. I have to come out with what I call the Public Toilet Operators Guide. Because sitting here, I realized that when I read literature, and I realized that in the whole country, there's nothing like Public Toilet Operators Guide.
Do they read it though?
Sure. There's nothing like Public Toilet Operators Guide. But when you go to other countries in literature, you see if this country has Public Toilet Operators Guide, this country has Public Toilet Operators, but Ghana, we didn't have a Public Toilet Operators Guide. So AMA was the lead to come out with the Public Toilet Operators Guide. So when we launched the Public Toilet Operators Guide, it was upon that this third party came to partner with us. So sometimes you don't just have to sit in your comfort zone and wait for the government to do everything for you. Must be innovative. You should come out with strategies that will have positive impact on the work you are doing. You understand?
So now talking about the worst offenders, what's the sanction? So
now using the sanitation bylaw, the highest sanction is 100 penalty unit, which is equivalent to 1,200. Yes, but if you are using
you pay 1,200
yes,
if taken to court and found guilty,
or 6 months imprisonment. Yes. Or
6 months imprisonment versus 1,200.
Yes. Or you pay 50. A first offender is 50 penalty unit. That is 600 cedis. Or in default, you go to prison for 3 months. Just yesterday, we picked some 2 people who have practiced open defecation within the community. We brought the court is just up here, so we brought them to the court because they were first offenders. They were fined 50 penalty units. And believe you me, they couldn't pay. Today we are sending them to Insawam.
Oh, no.
Yes, until they pay.
So it's 600 cedis each?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to pay for them, is it allowed?
It's allowed. You can pay for them.
Okay.
And when you pay for them, so what we do in Accra Metropolitan Assembly is, after you have come, we have brought you to court, and court has sanctioned you and you've paid. You don't go. You write an undertaking. I will not do this thing again. We give you a copy, we keep a copy. The next time we are bringing you to court, we look into our records. Do we know you? If we know you, we tell court that you are a known person. Then your punishment will be doubled.
Wow.
Sure.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
So this particular year, what do you have for the people?
So this particular year, we are going to increase prosecutions. You know, formerly, we were not having sanitation court within the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. We used to travel far to La and other assemblies to prosecute our cases, which were costing us a lot. But through my leadership, through the support of my staffs, we have been able to advocate for the procurement of court for the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. And through the leadership of the mayor, the court has been brought to AMA, it has been commissioned, it is in process, we are working. So this year, last year, the court was, we commissioned it around, we started work around somewhere 15 September. But before December, we have prosecuted over 160 people. I said this year, we are going all out. And you know, it is the environmental health officer and the police who have the right to arrest without a warrant. But it's unfortunate that the environmental officer at the beginning, I said we are the unsung heroes. It's like we are being neglected. Gone were the days environmental officers were given uniforms, our almighty khaki and white. Then your shoe, when you are going anywhere.
Is that the tankers?
The Sama, yes. Oh, I am a chief Sama.
Okay.
I'm a chief tankers.
Okay.
Yes. So wherever.
I don't see you people in the households anymore.
Yes.
When are you coming to the house?
We are there, but the issue is we are not visible. Because when I'm coming to your house, you will not even know that this is an environmental health officer coming to your house, because I'll come to you in the mufti.
Should we see an introduction in that?
That is what we want. Like as you were coming here, I was supposed to be in my uniform, be in my cap, be in my regalias and everything, to show that I am a law enforcement officer. Right. I'm sitting here. It is not like that. So even if we want to arrest, we have to fall on the police to help us to arrest, because we are not in uniform. So
it's a plea to the government, right?
Yes, it's a plea to the government.
Okay.
So what we are telling the government is, we know that this government has a heart for sanitation. Though environmental work is not solely for sanitation, but the work we do contribute to cleanliness and hygiene. So if we are being resourced, if we are being retooled, because the tools to do the work we don't even have. There are some district assemblies who don't even have what we call the abatement notice I talked to you about. So if an environmental officer is supposed to go to the field to inspect and does not have an abatement notice, what do you expect the officer to give to the offender? We are supposed to ensure that noise within the metropolis or the communities are under a particular threshold, and we are supposed to use what we call a dosimeter. There is no district assembly that has a dosimeter in this country. Meanwhile, apart from EPA, when there are noise nuisance, you come to the assembly that we should go and take action. And before you can send somebody to court on noise nuisance, you must have your measurements in your hands. Then you go and let the magistrate or the judge know that at this place is a residential area. This is the amount of noise you are supposed to produce during the day and during the night. This is a commercial area. This is the amount of noise you are supposed to produce during the day or during the night.
This particular conversation has to be had again. Yes. You know why I'm saying this? There's so many churches who are causing noise pollution. People are on social media talking about it, how it's disturbing them. I don't know when you'll be available to come into the studio for us to talk about it, because we want the world to know that it is wrong if you are in a residential area and you are making that noise.
I am always available because, I love the media, not because I am projecting myself, but when you are with the media, a lot of people listen to the media, a lot of people watches the media. But if you are moving from one house to one house, the amount of people you will meet that day and the number of people you will meet on media will quadruple. So that is why I always like the media. It is the media is the tool for education.
Fantastic. So we do the prosecution for this year, and then what else?
So we are going to also intensify food safety, because food safety is everyone's business. We are going to transition from the women selling the food in the basin with the waterproof plastic into using food warmers, so that the temperature of the food will maintain until the food is done. Because those using the basin, sometimes the temperature reduces, that leads to growth of microorganisms, and then it causes food poison. People go to buy the food and they have issues. Also, people who are also having station food vending facilities will also provide Veronica buckets if you don't have it. So you are going to measure us on these things. That is why I'm giving you tangible things. And also, we are still going to intensify the decongesting exercise that is taking place in the Metropolitan Assembly. We are going, it is our baby. We will have to make sure that we prosecute the people. Yes, we are going to prosecute people. We are going to ensure that people stay at their right places, because in the District Assembly Sanitation Bylaw 2017, you are not supposed to display for sale your wares at unauthorized area. So where the assembly demarcates as unauthorized, you are not supposed to be there.
Florence, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be here. We are so grateful. And definitely this year we'll be working with you more and making sure that we see the environment sanitized.
Thank you.
Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
And Florence Kuukyi. She is the Director for Public Health, and this is all the big interview has for you. Back into the studio with KMJ taking us away.
Thank you.